I thought that he was going to wind up sticking and that he would release the delegates and try to win it at the convention. I was wrong. Do you believe the Democrats made the right call pushing Biden out?
I don't think it was necessarily the right call, but I'm not privy to his health issues. However, the reason I thought Biden was in a good position is under my system of 13 keys, it takes 6 keys to count out the White House party. Biden ticked off incumbency and internal party contest. Biden stepping out means they lose incumbency. But if the Democrats finally grow a spine and finally get smart, they'll unite in a consensus way behind Harris. That means they preserve the party contest key. That would put the Democrats down 3 keys. Mandate, because they lost U.S. House seats in the last midterm. Incumbent charisma, because Harris is not an FDR. And of course, incumbency. There are still 4 shaky keys on which I have not made my call. Third party, social unrest, foreign/military success and failure. But presuming Harris is the consensus nominee, 3 of those 4 keys would have to fall to predict the Democrats' defeat. So by making her the consensus nominee, they put themselves in the best position to win. If they don't do that and they have a big party brawl, they've recreated the situation in 2016 that led to the election of Donald Trump in the first place. And they created a situation of an open seat and a party brawl in which since 1900, the White House party has never won re-election. But they have won re-election when it's an open seat and no party contest. For example, Herbert Hoover in 1928, George H.W. Bush in 1988.
For people who are not Lichtmaniacs the way I am, Professor Lichtman came up with something called the 13 keys that we just had up on the screen, that he sees as the fundamentals in determining the outcome of the election. Well, what good could that be? He's 10 for 10. I used to say 9 for 10, but he yells at me every time I say it because he says at the 2000 election, he has a whole argument that you can see online about how he got that one right also. So he has been more right than just about anybody in the business of figuring this out, and he has his own system. So if you had to look at it right now, you haven't made the determinations. So how unsure are you about who's going to win this election?
You're right. I haven't made a final prediction. I will after the Democratic convention in August. I want to see if there's an explosion at that convention like we saw in 1968, affecting the social unrest key. I want to see where RFK Jr. lands and what's going on in foreign policy. But right now, presuming the Democrats are smart and make Harris the consensus nominee, they have the edge. A lot would have to go wrong for them to lose. I know this is counterintuitive, but so is my call for Donald Trump in 2016.
One last thing. How do you account for the assassination attempt and the moment that Trump had there, and that Harris is a black female, would be the first of her kind as president?
Like the Northern Star, the keys do not change. In 2008, when I predicted in 2006 in Obama, when people said to me, you got to change your keys. We have an African-American running. We've never had that before, and America is not ready for an African-American. And my answer was, you cannot change a model on the fly. That's a recipe for error. And developmentally, my model goes all the way back to 1860, the horse and buggy days of politics, and has endured through enormous changes in our society, our economy, our communications, and our politics. And so I don't change it according to events. And in terms of the assassination attempt, I thought that was a golden opportunity outside the context of the keys for Trump to take advantage, and he blew it at the convention. Yeah, the first 25 minutes were very good, but then the next hour plus, it was the old Trump. Negative, divisive, sinister, inflammatory rhetoric filled with lies. So I think, for the pundits, who I give no credence because they don't have track records in predicting elections, even the pundits have to admit that the moment wasn't what it could have been.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.